from the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Friday, May 13th, 2016. I'm Ann Gownley. A fire broke out this afternoon around 1:30 at an abandoned building in the 200 block of South Grant Street in Shenandoah. Fire officials say the fire began on the first floor and spread throughout the building. WYLN spoke with Rick Emadimus.
Single dwelling residence with no attachments. Was unoccupied to our knowledge, and heavy fire was on the first floor when units had arrived.
Examida said the fire is still under investigation and no injuries were reported.
Investigation, we're contacting the State Police Fire Marshal to assist. We had assistance from neighboring companies from Monterey City, Frackville, and Shenandoah Heights from West Money Township to assist us putting the fire out.
Firefighters were still working on hot spots as of 4 o'clock this afternoon. Hazleton police are investigating a burglary that happened yesterday on East 20th Street. The suspect or suspects smashed a side window out of St. John's Byzantine Catholic Church and forced entry into an office where a large safe was removed. The safe contained an undetermined amount of cash as well as non-replaceable religious items. Members of the church are asking for the safe return of those items. If anyone has any information on this burglary, they are asked to call the Hazleton City Police Department at 570-459-4940 or dial 911. A West Hazleton man was arrested for his role in an attempted robbery. Police were contacted by a couple on February 14th stating that a black male pulled a handgun on them as they were walking on Spruce Street. A vehicle drove by, scaring the suspect off. The couple gave police a description, and on February 18th, police arrested 21-year-old Christopher Andrew Fabian. He was arraigned before Magisterial District Judge James Dixon. Mahanoy City Police arrested a West Hazleton man around 12:30 this morning. 23-year-old Elvin Gums was arrested in the 600 block of West Center Street in Mahanoy City. He is now facing 6 charges, including possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance, unlawful possession, drug paraphernalia, a DUI, and other summary charges. No word if he is in the Schuylkill County Prison this evening. Fire crews were called to a school in Hazel Township yesterday afternoon. Around 4:30 in the afternoon, smoke was reported seen coming out of a cabinet in a chemistry lab at the Hazleton Area Career Center. Firefighters from Hazel Township and Hazleton quickly contained the fire. We spoke with Hazleton Area Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Craig Butler, who immediately responded to the scene.
A lot of smoke coming from the room, some damage in the room. It's fortunate that we don't have students here. We have some faculty training in the building. We're hoping we could still accommodate that in the cafeteria, but at this point in time it looks like things are under control, and fortunately the students who were in the building were able to evacuate and they're all safe.
No firefighters or faculty were injured at yesterday's incident. Governor Tom Wolf was in our area today to address the issues on the epidemic of drug abuse. Our Julie Stefanovich has more.
Governor Tom Wolf made a stop at Penn State Hazleton this afternoon. He hosted a roundtable discussion with local law enforcement, doctors, and community leaders on the issues of drug abuse. He was joined by State Representative Tara Toohill, Senator John Gordner, and reps from Senator John Udechek's office. The governor plans to take the feedback from the meetings to Harrisburg to discuss with both Republicans and Democrats in the House and Senate.
But the outcome is we're all going to go back. I'm sure the House and the Senate will have hearings. I've taken notes and I've given each of the pages of notes to DDAP, and we're taking out the duplicates, but there are a lot of really good ideas, and then we're going to all get together and try to figure out what we can do.
Many officials believe that legalizing medical marijuana in the state was a step in the right direction. It can be a safer alternative than addictive painkillers for patients who are undergoing serious medical conditions. According to statistics, other states who have legalized medical marijuana have seen a 25% reduction in overdoses.
That was supposed to help instead of putting people on painkillers. The hope of the legislature and the governor was that people would have milder and they wouldn't get addicted to painkillers. So that's part of the solution, hopefully.
The number of deaths due to drug overdoses has prompted the governor to take action and find solutions to this epidemic.
It has been coming out into the open as a medical problem for a number of years, and I think we're all now at the point that we ought to really work together to do something about it. For me, the 2,500 deaths in 2014 was just a big, big number.
The substance abuse problem affects small towns just as much as it does in urban areas.
If you look at the Center for Rural Pennsylvania's website, that group, which is a bipartisan, bicameral group, it's led by Senator Gene Yaw from Williamsport, about 2 years ago started that process, and they originally went around to rural areas of the state, many along major highways, which we are certainly here. Hazleton's at the crossroad of 80 and 81. And that's often where you find the problems and the epidemics.
The Wolf administration plans to move forward with continuing medical education, opioid prescribing guidelines, and funding for opioid use disorder centers. Reporting for Wyln News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thank you, Julie. Berwick police arrested 3 people in a drug raid. Thursday evening, police arrested Octavius McNeil on heroin charges. He was also charged with possession with intent to deliver and related counts. Police and agents from the Attorney General's office seized heroin, crack cocaine, marijuana, and had approximately $2,000 in cash after an execution of a search warrant at his home at 224 Line Street. They also charged Nancy Sherm from the same address with endangering the welfare of children and criminal conspiracy. Sherm was arraigned and is in Columbia County Prison on $50,000 straight cash bail. And they also arrested Donovan Curtis on parole violation charges. A woman who put a hose on her tailpipe and then put the other end of it inside her car is headed to court on attempted murder charges. Melissa Ann Skoll is facing 2 counts of attempted homicide. After a hearing, District Judge Michael Dotzel in Wilkes-Barre Township sent those charges to county court. In December, Skoll was seen in a bus line parking lot on Blackman Street with a hose running from her car's tailpipe into the passenger compartment. In it were she and her 2 children. A bus driver intervened. County Detective Deborah Ann Parker told the court Skoll told her kids, quote, "die for something special," unquote. She also testified Skoll had said that she couldn't do it anymore, meaning raise the kids by herself. She was also said that they have been distraught that she had to give her 2 other children up for adoption because she was having difficulty raising them and that the father was in prison. There was a dispute over whether the car was running at the time. A running engine produces carbon monoxide, which in large amounts is fatal. But if it's not running, it gives off no CO. Her attorney, Lawrence Kansky, said Skoll never expressed any intent to harm her children. Skoll is back in county prison. No trial date has yet been set. A fundraiser is taking place this weekend to benefit a local park in memory of a 4-year-old girl. Ryan Jade Cara passed away unexpectedly. She's described by all who knew her as a delightful, precious, and caring child. Ryan's family has a long tradition in serving the community, which is why they created a nonprofit organization, Remembering Ryan Cara Foundation. The nonprofit will raise money for local parks and activities that benefit the youth. The focus for this year is to replace equipment at Whispering Willow Park, located in Cunningham. The foundation is holding the fundraiser this Saturday, May 14th, at La Rocks Grove in Sugarloaf. The event includes a bounce house, food vendors, raffle tickets, and tricky trays, and so much more. For more information, you can contact Brent at 570-233-5236. Time now for our first look at our forecast. It looks like the rain is here to stay for our weekend, unfortunately, and Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is in the Weather Center with the details. Joe, what does the next few days look like weather-wise?
Well, overall, actually some showers. We're kind of getting used to it for this time of year, and again, we are in May, so this is what we can expect, a showery weather, and this is what we're going to have, unfortunately, as we head into this upcoming weekend. But if you're traveling next couple hours, hey, it's looking pretty good out there on the highways. No major weather problems to contend with. Out in Cunningham, well, it's pretty nice temperature-wise. Enjoy these temperatures now while they're lasting, because it's at 67 degrees, a whole different story as we head into this weekend for our Saturday and Sunday. And it starts out here. This is the leading edge of some showers, even some severe weather. Severe thunderstorm watch is in effect. This happens to be this yellow box, all that making its way toward the east. And like I said, we're going to be looking at the chance of some showers coming into play over the weekend. And it's also going to bring those temperatures down a bit compared to where they're at right now. It's 68 now in Jim Thorpe, 71 in Berwick, 69 in Mahanoy City, 74 in Bloomsburg, and 75 degrees in Danville. I'll talk about that complete weekend forecast coming up in just a few. Ann?
Thanks, Joe. Coming up next, police departments from all over the area were at Freeland Elementary School today to train in case of a school emergency. Plus, a look at a fundraising event this weekend to benefit a local fire department. Stay tuned. More news, weather, and sports is coming your way only on WYLN.
You're watching WYLN News with Ann Gownley, Gary Perna, Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Chief Videographer Mike Lula, weather with meteorologist Joe Garbacek, and sports with Eric DeBerardinis.
Ryan's Ridin' Festival will be held Saturday, May 14th from 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. at La Rock Grove in Sugarloaf. There will be food, tricky trays, DJ Tony Pacelli, vendors, crafters, a bounce house, and more. Live entertainment from 5 until 9 provided by the Tommy Guns Band. Proceeds to benefit Ryan's Playground at Cunningham's Whispering Willow Park. Ryan's Ride and Festival will be held Saturday, May 14th from 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. at La Rock Grove in Sugarloaf. All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
You deserve to look your best.
Law enforcement and emergency agencies from across the country gathered to participate in an exercise with state police on being prepared in case of a major school emergency. State and local lawmakers, police and fire departments, along with county emergency agencies, met this morning for a tabletop exercise to provide those in attendance an opportunity to assess capabilities, plans, policies, and procedures when it comes to an incident at a school. Focusing on decision-making and coordination, the organizations present were able to hear ideas on how to work together as a team in case of an emergency. Heading today's discussion was Trooper First Class David Peters.
It's important, I think, for all the agencies to come together to understand what each agency brings to the table and the protocols that might need to be in place to establish whether it be mutual understandings that in a time of crisis they would come out, but just understanding how each of them is going to react and how to best efficiently manage a situation that could arise like this.
Trooper Peters says with these discussions, they are trying to cover all the bases so everyone can be prepared. He added that the public should be aware that they are continuing to train as much as possible.
Tactic and train, we train ourselves in certain settings, and each kind of situation is examined to try to learn from what transpired in that situation to better improve our tactics, communication-wise, and things like that, so we can resolve it with the least amount of loss of life as possible.
Director of Elementary and Middle Schools for the Hazleton Area School District, George Donati, says the school does follow certain procedures when an incident occurs and has one in place in case of a major emergency.
First, we would start with the immediate school that the issue is happening in. They would take over and determine whether they would go to a restricted movement, a lockdown. Then we would get security and central office involved and make the appropriate calls from there. Depending on the incident, if it was a minor incident, we would handle it through the district. If it was more involved, we would get the local agencies, community agencies involved in the process.
As for social media during an actual crisis, Trooper Peters warns the public that they should wait for an official release straight from those in charge before any rumors start.
There's a lot of misinformation when things go out there. Don't rush to judgment. Wait for that unified statement to come out. Law enforcement agencies, we are doing our best to try to get verified and correct information out as soon as we possibly can to dispel the rumors and other things that go out there, which cause more panic in the community as to what the actual situation is.
Future tabletop exercise meetings like today are planned for the future. Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbaczyk is in with a full look at our forecast. Stay tuned.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi Electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Well, not too bad of a day. Of course, we had a little bit of that rain around today. It actually came down heavy at times, but after that rain kind of cleared out, we got overcast skies, but then from the overcast skies came the sun, and now, hey, it's looking pretty good out there. Temperatures rising because of the sun, and now we're in the mid to upper 60s to near 70 degrees. But now as we go into this weekend, things are going to go on a downswing, if you will. Onto the graphic for the day, and you can clearly see that we had the rain moving in across northeastern Pennsylvania, and some of it came down heavy at times. We had some torrential downpours across our area. Now we're starting to see some breaks in that rain, but don't let that get you too excited, because this weekend, especially the first part of the weekend, we're going to have to deal with some more showers coming into play across our area. Live 35 Skycast Doppler again. We're still not done with the rain. This is live. This is as good as you get it. Look at that. You got the rain across our area. Some showers. Out toward the west, though, nothing going on in Williamsport and Lewisburg. So we still got some rain to deal with, and this is still not the ending part of it, because we have to deal with some more as we go into our Saturday. 68 degrees are live Lehigh tire conditions outside our station in Hazleton, and now we've picked up just about a third of an inch of rain since the midnight hour. 63 Wilkes-Barre-Scranton International Airport, 58 degrees now in Mount Pocono, 75 in Selinsgrove, 76 in Williamsport, and 70 degrees in State College. Up in the Wyoming Valley area, temperatures continuing to remain in the 60s to near 70 degrees. A little bit of a breeze out there, but not too bad. There was the rain as it was moving in. There's been still a couple of lingering showers behind it. Some clearing now as you go out toward the west and out in central PA. So we'll start to see some of that clearing come through as we head through this evening and through the overnight hours. Clouds increase as we go through tonight and tomorrow. And we're going to have to deal with some more showers coming into play for our Saturday. And boy, take a look at some of this colder air up toward the north. You see the blues and pinks, a little bit of some snow. But for our area, again, just some showers. And even into Sunday, we still may have to deal with another shower or two around. So tonight, dropping down into the 40s to lower 50s, 60s tomorrow. And then you can see it gets much cooler as we go into our early Sunday morning, where temperatures will only be in the 40s. So we still have this stubborn weather pattern to contend with right through Saturday. We're going to have to deal with some more showers, and then as that front moves through, it's going to pave the way for some much cooler temperatures and some cool nights ahead. And eventually we start to warm up. Extended forecast looking like this, and what we can expect: 62 for tomorrow, only 50 for Sunday. That's it. May not even get out of the 40s. 53 for Monday. a shower for Tuesday, some more showers for Wednesday, and then in the 60s for Thursday and Friday. Daytime Pennsylvania lottery numbers: the pick 253, the pick 3 4449, and the pick 41120. The pick 5 numbers 395, 99, and the treasure hunt numbers 7, 11, 20, 23, and 25. We'll be back with more after this break.
For over 25 years, Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, 118 Boulevard Road, Bloomsburg, has provided professionally designed skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields. All stations are handicapped accessible with resident NRA certified shooting instructors on site. There are packages available to fit anyone's budget, restaurant and catering on site. Our facility is also available for weddings, business meetings, bachelor and private parties. Call 570-384-2314.
News Director at Wyln, and being able to volunteer my time and give back to the community in which I work and to those family members of mine who have been struck by cancer. It means so much to give back to the community as a volunteer. You can dine out this Saturday to help the West Hazleton Fire Department purchase some much-needed equipment. Our Julie Stefanovich has the details.
Firefighters put their lives on the line each and every day to keep our homes, pets, and families safe. And this weekend, you can do your part to help them continue to protect our neighborhoods. The West Hazleton Fire Company will be hosting its 5th annual pasta dinner on Saturday, May the 14th at the 4th Street Pub. The proceeds raised will go directly to the fire department.
This fundraiser is one of our biggest fundraisers for the year. As technology gets greater, so does the technology for the fire service, and with this money we'll be better to serve the community of West Hazleton and the surrounding communities that we help out also.
There are around 50 members of the fire company, including 35 active members who respond to calls daily. This year has been especially busy for them, and the need for updated equipment is crucial.
Cost a lot of money just to equip one firefighter, let alone 35 active members. We have turnout gear to purchase, air packs to purchase, and of course the fire apparatus that we ride on and the tools we use is all very expensive. And once again, once the technology gets updated, stuff becomes outdated, and we are trying to use this money to purchase newer equipment for our firefighters.
Once again, the West Hazleton Fire Company's pasta dinner is this Saturday, May the 14th from 1 until 5 p.m. Tickets are $8 per dinner and are available from the fire company members or at the 4th Street Pub. Takeout will also be available along with delivery for 10 or more dinners. For more information, you can call 570-956-3861. Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thank you, Julie. Coming up next, Eric DeBardinas is in with sports here on WYLN. Stay tuned.
If you haven't found the perfect fishing getaway, you haven't been to Captain's Cove. Located on Henderson Harbor in upstate New York, Captain's Cove offers a variety of accommodations to please just about anyone. The motel, also located on the harbor, offers a magnificent view. Enjoy free morning coffee, air-conditioned rooms, cable TV, and HBO. The cottage can accommodate up to 8 people with 3 bedrooms, a complete kitchen, washer-dryer, 2 full baths, air conditioning, an outside grill, and picnic table. Call us today for rates and information at 1-800-824-FISH.
It's not win or go home. It's win or stay home tonight for the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton Penguins with Game 6 of the Atlantic Division Finals set for a 7:05 puck drop from Mohegan Sun Arena. Down 3-2 in the series, the Pens need contributions from across the board. That includes Tom Sestito, who sparked Wilkes-Barre-Scranton with his fighting and game-tying goal in Game 5, but he was also ejected, something that can't happen tonight.
You know, he brings energy. He's a big part of our team, and as you saw, he did good hands. It was a great goal he scored, and but we need Tito in the game. You know, we need him in the game, and he's got to be a little more disciplined in that department because we need him down the stretch.
Sestito could face further discipline from the league. Tonight on Late Edition Sports, we will have highlights from Game 6. The Penguins are 21-14 all-time in elimination games. This is their first elimination game this postseason. The word is mum on the goalie situation. My guess is they go back to Tristan Jarry in net. Crestwood grad and Yankees prospect Matt Wotherspoon has been demoted to Double-A Trenton after returning close to home to play for the Rail Riders last week. Wotherspoon pitched well, but was just a victim of the numbers game. In 3 AAA appearances, the Mountaintop native tossed 6 scoreless innings, striking out 6 while giving up just 3 hits. Minor league baseball rosters constantly fluctuating, so expect to see Wotherspoon back in Scranton Wilkes-Barre again this season. Meanwhile, catching prospect Gary Sanchez gets the bump up to New York on the heels of the Rail Riders series finale versus Paul Tuckett last night. Another recent call-up, Jake Cave gets things started for Scranton Wilkes-Barre. Grass stains for that ball. It's a solo shot in the first inning after the Paul Sox score 3 in the top of the frame. Bottom of the inning, Cave just a check swing, but a check swing that's powerful enough to reach the outfield and drive in 2 runs. We're even at 3. Later, with the Rail Riders up 5-3, Sanchez with his final hit and RBI with the team for now. Scranton Wilkes-Barre back above 500 with a 6-4 victory. They host Indianapolis for a 3-game set starting tonight. When the weather allows it, spring sports cramming in postponed games before the regular season ends. The playoffs start next week for girls lax, with the regular season ending yesterday. Crestwood hosting Delaware Valley, and the Lady Comets jump out to a 5-0 lead. Bailey Beaton gets the Lady Warriors started on the comeback trail. And later on, Alexa Boutitis, the jump shot score, and we're all even at 5. But Hannah Ackers takes charge, charging ahead for the go-ahead. It's a 7-6 Comets lead at the half. It's a low-scoring second, but a 9-8 Crestwood victory. Stay tuned. Coming up, Joe Garbacic is in with a final look at the forecast.
The LSC Wiltsey Performing Arts Center in Hazleton presents A Musical Salute to All Who Serve on Saturday, June 11th. The show features the outstanding talent of the Hazleton Philharmonic Orchestra under the direction of Robert Lagana, as well as featured soloists. Presentations by Congressman Lou Barletta, Pennsylvania State Representative Tara Toohill, and Hazleton Mayor Jeff Cassett. The show will be narrated by Sergeant Eric Olson, host of the Wyln TV show Warrior Summit Outdoors. Tickets are $10 for adults and $5 for children. A Musical Salute to All Who Serve, Saturday, June 11th at 7 p.m.
Alrighty, well, you know, those temperatures pretty nice out there. The rain moving away doesn't necessarily mean that's going to be the case for the weekend, because we're going to have to deal with some more showers coming into play for our Saturday. And then I think we'll start to dry out a little bit more going into our Sunday. But I tell you what, these temperatures that we have and we've had today, 60s to lower 70s, that's pretty nice, but that's not going to be the case as we go into the weekend. It's going to get a little bit cooler across our area because of the rain, especially Saturday. It drags in this front, and once it does, it brings in that cooler air. It's actually going to be windy across our area, but then we start to see a little bit of a warming trend going into next week. Extended forecast looking like this. So as we go into tomorrow, we got some more rain for tomorrow, 62 degrees, and then take a look at Sunday. Yeah, you're going to have to bring out those jackets again. You know, don't put those jackets away just yet. 50 degrees. We got down to 40s. I was nice. I put 50. That's because I'm nice. Right, Ann?
Right.
I'm glad you agree. Eric gets...
Yeah, absolutely from Eric.
Yeah, 53 for Monday, and then a shower for Tuesday, some more showers for Wednesday. And then we should be back up into the 60s going into next week.
All right. Well, as of yesterday, Sunday was still a little rainy, so I guess we'll take that 50 that you threw up there for us. But I did put all the jackets away.
Yeah, I packed everything besides
there's still
the dress
hoodies.
clothes. Yeah.
I mean,
it's not that hard
No?
to get back out for me.
yeah, I mean, we can do that.
Yeah.
But I guess
One
40
day ain't
degree
bad.
after it's been 80 degrees
Yeah,
these
it's
past
not
few
bad.
days. It's
We'll take it.
all right.
Even though we don't want it.
Okay, well, that's all that matters. And all that matters is our another Little League game coming up on Tuesday. Hopefully the rain stays away for then. What are we thinking?
We'll keep our fingers crossed. Yeah,
Okay.
so far so good.
So far, so good. That's good.
Good. Absolutely.
It's
Right?
Friday. right?
Yeah.
And it's good that it's Friday.
And playoffs next week, Little League, all that.
Oh,
Lots
those
coming
Little League
up
playoffs
outside.
get pretty exciting. So, and I know that a lot of the teams down there are pretty good.
Yeah,
ones that
across
we're
the
covering.
area, we always have good talent.
All right, sounds good. Can't wait to see future sluggers out there and see what they can do.